3D printing is the process of making a three-dimensional solid object of virtually any shape from a digital model. The model may be created using a computer-aided design software or through a 3D scanner. The model is then sent to the printer in the form of an STL file. An STL file is the model sliced into multiple layers that the printer can read. The printer then draws the shape layer by layer using a plastic material. The plastic is pushed through a heated tip, which melts it almost like a hot glue gun. This process is very slow and can take a few hours to complete.
In 1984, Charles Hall, later the co-founder of 3D Systems, invents stereolithography, a printing process that enables a tangible 3D object to be created from digital data. The technology is used to create a 3D model from a picture and allows users to test a design before investing in a larger manufacturing program. In 1992, the first SLA, stereolithographical apparatus machine, is produced by 3D Systems. The machine's process involves a UV laser solidifying photopolymer, a liquid with the viscosity and color of honey that makes three-dimensional parts layer by layer. Although imperfect, the machine proves that highly complex parts can be manufactured overnight. In 2006, the first SLS, selective laser sintering machine, becomes viable. This type of machine uses a laser to fuse materials into 3D products. This breakthrough opens the door to mass customization and on-demand manufacturing of industrial parts, and later, prosthesis. That same year, Object, a 3D printing system and material provider, creates a machine capable of printing in multiple materials, including elastomers and polymers. The machine permits a single part to be made with a variety of densities and material properties. In 2008, following its launch in 2005, RepRap project releases Darwin, the first self-replicating printer that is able to print the majority of its own components, allowing users who already have one to make more printers for their friends. Also, the company Shapeway launches a private beta for a new co-creation service and community, allowing artists, architects, and designers to make their 3D designs as physical objects inexpensively. In 2009, MakerBot Industries, an open-source hardware company for 3D printers, starts selling DIY kits that allow buyers to make their own 3D printers and products. In the 2010s, various objects such as cars, robotic aircrafts, and prosthetic jaws are created using 3D printer technology.
Used by engineers, the military, the Navy, and hobbyists just to have in their house. Why they use it and what they're actually used for, basically tying with each other with the military and engineers. Engineers, they use it to save time and money, and if they're not pleased with their project or they're not sure how it's going to turn out, they're going to use 3D printing before they actually make it, to save time and money for that case. Hobbyists use 3D printing. They just keep a little one that you can get off eBay for about $300 at their house. They typically have cheaper printers, like I said, just for things they like to print out for everyday uses and everyday essentials in the house. The Navy actually is probably the most important use of 3D printing because the Navy uses it to reduce the encumbrance of their ships, simply to it'll just be a lot easier overall carrying them around, so they don't have to load up all the extra spare parts on their ship, because they're able to just print them out on the spot and prototype them and test them right there. Makes it much more easy, much more safe, and overall it just saves time for them. Hobbyists, yeah, they use it same reason pretty much. They just want to print out whatever they want. You know, simple shapes, simple 3D printouts and everything for their hobbies. And engineers, they use it to prototype projects that aren't yet complete. Therefore, this is going to save them time, and this will also help the final result become a little bit more complete and a little bit more efficient.
The first implication of 3D printing is that goods will be able to be printed at or close to the point of purchase. Goods that have previously relied on the efficiency of large centralized plants can now be produced locally. Car parts will now be able to be printed at dealerships or even repair shops instead of having to send out for parts. They started printing kidneys made of cells, prosthetic arms, prosthetic jaws. They built a Lego car, and they also started making printable solar panels. China is currently the mass manufacturing powerhouse of the world, but with this new technology of 3D printing, it may change how the world leads.